So let me go ahead and tell you about my day today. My adventure started with getting a message saying I can come out and play with the boys as long as I help my son get his room clean. Right? Seems pretty reasonable?
Fair enough, yeah.
Pretty
Sure.
reasonable.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
The Necronomicon awaits.
A ritual must be performed.
Seems fairly obvious.
Batu, Murata.
I told you I would find you.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
It's showtime.
What's your name? What? What is your name?
We are men of misfortune.
So I get Atlas home, and we start working on his room, and I go to close his door, and I see that there's a crack down the frame. And I look at him, and I say, hey, Atlas, you want to know why there's a crack on the frame of your door? He says, no, I don't know why, but go ahead and tell me. I said, buddy, the reason why there's a crack is because I continuously tell you almost every day for the last year and a half we've lived in this house to not slam your door. This kid just doesn't listen. Does not listen. Love him to death. Doesn't listen. So, to prove a point, me being the smart man I am, I show him that the door is fucking broken. And I press in the lock, not like the lock, but the part that sticks out of the door to keep it closed. And I press that in, and I'm like, see, it won't open. And then I close it, and I turn the handle, and the lock shoots out. And I'm like, see, it won't open, man. And I go to, turn the knob, and I'm like, oh, maybe the lock came out. Maybe. And then I sit there, and I undo the lock, and I try to open it again, and it won't open. Now I've got my 2-year-old on the other side of this fucking door screaming his fucking head off because he can't get in. Me having the knowledge that my 2-year-old can pull up a chair and grab all the knives, walk out the front or back door. So I'm panicking, full on fucking panic. I call Stephanie. I'm like, hey, Stephanie, the door's locked. I can't get out of this room. Well, what do you mean you can't get out of a bedroom? That doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm like, okay, all right. Let me try to put this into words. So I explain it to her. And she goes, all right, I'm going to leave work right now. I'm like, all right, don't leave work. I can bust down the door if I need to, if it gets that bad. So I start, jimmying the door open. I try using credit cards. I start, trying to pull the door open. And now I'm not only traumatizing the kid that's inside the room, but I'm also traumatizing the 2-year-old on the outside of the room because he could hear daddy's voice, but all he sees is this violent jiggling of this fucking door to try to get it open.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So full-on panic starts to happen. I start thinking about all the bad things that could happen in the situation. And I fully understand and I'm fully aware of what could have happened. So I call Tom. I call Riley. I call Jackson. All 3 of them don't answer. So I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do? Stephanie calls back. All right, I'm about to leave work. And I'm thinking, there's no screws on the other side of the door. How is she going to get this door handle off? What is she going to do? How is she going to help me in this situation other than leave work? So I'm like, look, I got it. I got Tom. Tom's calling me. I'll have this covered. Don't worry about it. So I pick up Tom's call, and he's like, what's going on, man? So I tell him what's going on. He's like, all right, me and Rose are heading over there right now. And then I called it Callan because that's how I'm talking to him. Like, I'm either jiggling the door and I can hear him scream from the other side, which isn't good, but, at least I know he's there. And then eventually I jiggle the door and I don't hear it scream. And then I call his name. And then I call his name. And then I call his name. And there's no fucking response.
And then panic set in.
And then full-on fucking panic.
Oh, my
sets
God.
in. I fucking take the door handle and just fucking start pulling at it. And I just keep ripping it and ripping it and ripping it. And eventually I put my foot on the wall, grab the door handle, and just fucking break the shit out of it, dude. I have never in my 29 years of being on this planet have ever been so stressed out while also traumatizing everyone in my near vicinity.
You know, I was at the liquor store the one day, and they had a sale of Coors Light. I'm leading into the store, by the way, so I'm not getting off topic here. There's a sale on Coors Light, so I bought 4 cases. And Carissa goes, "Why are you getting 4 cases?" I'm like, "There's a slim chance I got locked in my own house. I might need beer." And that just proves I might get locked in my own house if the door handle gets...
Which is why you should always stash emergency beer in your kid's room.
This guy gets it. Thank you. Put him in a ceiling fan.
For situations just like that.
I think he figured out the loophole.
Yeah, that might just make your whole problem. Like you won't even be stressed out about the door anymore. You
You're
can just start
stressed about-
drinking.
You're
like,
stressed
well,
out. Beer.
Like, I'm going to solve this problem like I solve all great problems.
I'm gonna break
with
the
alcohol.
shit out of it and get drunk doing it.
Did you think about, like, shoulder checking the door? Like, just
No,
shoulder
I was
rushing
okay.
it?
So like how his door works, it opens from the outside.
So open towards
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like shoulder checking it would have been absolutely pointless. Like I would have had to be on the other side of the door to like ram into it.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, I would have been fighting through the frame itself, and like
Right, yeah.
I was like looking over, like obviously Atlas doesn't have a screwdriver or anything, so I can't like like take the lock off or the knob off itself. And I was like, you know what, I like I'm left with absolutely no options. Like I know Rose and Tom are coming, but I also don't hear my 2-year-old, and this is like an immediate crisis. Like I need to know he's okay. So I ended up breaking the fucking door, running out to see if Callan's okay, and he's sitting on the fucking couch with his goddamn tablet.
He's just like, well, this is all I can do in this situation.
I've done, like, he was trying to open the door, I was trying to open the door. It felt like you could only turn it left. You couldn't turn it right. Like, the right was, it was like, so, and I was like using both hands to try to pry it open, and I could not fucking do it. Holy fuck. I got to Riley's house, right before recording and doing the little Back Pocket Brewery live video we did. And I walked in, and I guarantee you my energy was just all kinds of fucking bad.
Slow down there, Gypsy.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding.
It was pretty bad. I pretty much came in, and they were like, "Are you okay?" I'm just like, "No."
Did you ever think about Kool-Aid Manning it? Just bursting through the door?
No, but I explained to Atlas, I said, if I were to punch a hole in this wall right now, you know who would pay for it?
You.
Me. You know what happens when you slam your door 100 times after me telling you to not slam your goddamn door 100 times? I didn't say goddamn, but if you
should have.
Should have. I was trying my best not to get angry in that situation because I knew that not only was it my fault, but it was also his fault after like the 2 years we've been living at this place and telling him and reminding him like, hey man, don't slam your fucking door. It's not that hard. Not that hard. When you go to your room, just close it. Like a normal human fucking being does. You don't have to go, bam, Superman.
Wham!
Yeah, dude, it's ridiculous.
Let's play How Fast Can I Slam This Door Today?
How many times can I break this fucking knob before Dad gets pissed off at me and has to pay for a new one?
Well, now you're definitely paying for a new one.
I have to buy a whole new fucking door now because I broke the shit out of it.
Yeah, they're not cheap either.
No, absolutely not.
They're not. I went through that at my last house. I punched a hole in my door, and then, honestly, I just never replaced it.
Hey, same here.
I remember that. I remember the hole.
You just put a poster over it? And
No,
I was going to.
You were going to?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't even do that.
I just let it be, and
Yep.
then I was like, I'll go buy a cheap $100 door or something like that to replace it, and I never got around to it, and my landlord went to show the house before I moved. I'm like, she's going to fucking see it. Like, there's no way she's not going to fucking see it. Like, I can't just put a poster on it 'cause there's no poster on any other door in the house besides like on the inside of the room.
Just go to the store and buy like 8 posters and put a poster on each door.
I mean, I guess I had enough posters to do that.
You
but
probably could have.
Yeah, I just didn't think of it at the time.
He obviously has enough posters. I don't know if you've looked around our studio.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking think, duh.
This is like an
Yeah.
amalgamation of like Riley and I. So like,
Yeah.
Go to the
So-
store and buy 8 posters. There's like 80 posters on the wall around me right now.
I didn't even have that many doors in my house, so like I think I had 3 on the inside, 4 counting the main front door. But
Fucking
yeah.
poster.
I didn't get fucked out of my deposit though.
Nice.
They just took it off the deposit. So
See, it wasn't a full loss then. It's not a
yeah,
not a
I
loss.
still got most of my deposit back.
that's
Can't
funny
complain.
because
So-
when we were leaving our last house, our landlord pulled up and she was like, is there anything wrong with this house? I said, well, we've got new shades because the cat, we didn't tell her we had a cat, but we said, the baby fucked up some blinds upstairs, but we got new ones. Well, I'm going to have to take $80 out of your deposit per blind. There was like 4 of them that I had to replace. And I was like, $80 to replace a blind? I went up there. I was like, hold that thought. And I ran upstairs and I hung them up and I was like, they're good now. Can I have my full deposit back?
Yeah, no shit.
All right, let's get into this.
It's going to cost me so much money to hang those blinds up
Dude,
myself.
the second I heard that, I was like, I bought them. I cut them. They're out of the box. All you have to do is hang them. All you have to do is hang them. Takes 2 seconds. Takes 2 seconds. We were in the process of hanging them up, but then the new tenant was coming in, and I was like, we have to go outside. Like, we're all moved out. The only thing we have to do is hang these blinds. If she can't do it, then, it's not a big deal, but like.
But $80 a fucking blind?
A blind, dude.
That's outrageous.
Yeah, I don't know where she got that, because she, like.
Blinds don't cost $80 a pop.
She started doing the math in front of us. Like, she had a piece of paper and she was writing down all the deductions and like the original payment. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to take money off of this and off of this and off of that. And I'm like, ma'am, we repainted your room. We replaced all the blinds.
Which is her job. Maybe you fucked them up. It's your job. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's our job because we fucked them up. But then you had to remember, we had a yard full of cactus. After we
forgot about that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Fucking cactus, dude. We live in Iowa.
That shit was so weird too. It made no fucking sense why any of that was there.
I asked her before moving in. I was like, or when we went to go sign the second lease, I was like, is there any way we can remove all this cactus? Because I've got a dog and a newborn, or I had Atlas, and I was like, I've got a 5-year-old and a dog. Like, I don't want either of them getting hurt by this shit.
Yeah.
Well, it just makes the house look so nice, doesn't it? And I was like, no, it really doesn't.
Not at all.
Yeah, the girl that moved in right after got it all removed. Said fuck Connie, got it all removed. Removed all the wallpaper on the inside, like made the house actually look decent.
What a true champ.
Oh yeah. All right. So let's get into this. All right. Y'all be quiet. I'm going to bring up your names and that's when we can start talking. Riley, you ready to listen?
Sure, why not? That's why I'm here.
On June 14th, 1947, a rancher named W.W. Mac Brazel and his son Vernon were driving across the ranch land some 80 miles northwest of Roswell when they encountered something they'd never seen before. It was, in Brazel's words, a large area, bright wreckage made up of rubber strips, tin foil, and rather tough paper and sticks. The lightweight fabric was scattered, shredded across the gravel and sagebrush of New Mexico desert. Brazel didn't know what to do with the newfound items or how they landed on his property. So on July 4th, he collected all the mysterious wreckage he could find. On July 7th, he drove it all the way to Roswell, delivering the goods to the sheriff, George Wilcox. Wilcox, too, was confused. Seeking answers, he contacted Colonel Butch Blanchard, commander of the Roswell Army Airfield 509th Composite Group, located outside of the town, to understand the series of events that unfolded in the summer of 1947. At the time, the U.S. was in an early stage of the Cold War. There was a great concern we were going to be head-to-head with the Soviet Union in a competition that could last a short or long time, but may as well be in nuclear annihilation. It is in this Cold War context that unidentified flying objects, UFO, is truly born. It began with Keith Arnold, an amateur pilot and businessman. He reported seeing a flying saucer while piloting an aircraft around Mount Rainier. In the summer of 1947, this singular sighting kicked off a craze, and hundreds of UFO sightings began pouring in. So when rancher W.W. Mac Brazel found something odd on his property, he immediately took it to the news. And parts of what he discovered to the sheriff also called the local military base. After that, that's when conspiracy started. I am Tyler Campbell, and this is the Men of Misfortune. And I am with my co-hosts Riley Wallen and Jake Paulson. Today we are going to be talking about the day-old question, are we alone in this universe? Are aliens real? And what exactly do we think could be out there? What's going on, guys?
Sup?
Hi.
Yeah, Jake,
What's up?
Riley?
Well, what's going on? Hey, how you doing?
So what do we think is out there? Do we think we're alone?
God,
Absolutely fucking not.
No, there's no way.
So let's go into that. Why not?
Because, say this can of beer was the universe.
Now you're talking my language.
I'd make up, like, okay, no, our universe would only make up, like, a drop of this whole can.
Not even.
Yeah,
Not even.
Not even.
Maybe. Here I am contradicting myself in my own sentence. But you get the metaphor, right? Yeah. No. The universe is too infinite and too vast for us to be the only living species in it, is my wholehearted belief.
I know they have found, I think the number is 7,000 Earth-like planets out there that can hold life. So why are we the only one that has life on it? Therefore, we're not alone.
So the reason why we're covering this today is because as of late, there have been things in our solar system, in our air, in our space, in our vicinity of America,
In our backyards.
in our back fucking yards that have been shot down.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's a balloon.
It's a Chinese space balloon.
We have got the China space balloon, and we've also have, over the years we've had unidentified objects. There's videos of the Air Force, in a plane watching a little gray target move in ways in which we don't have the technology to do and then zip off. We've got sightings of lights and sightings of just anything that's humanly possible. We've got abduction stories out the wazoo. I don't think in any way humanly possible we could possibly be alone. There's no way. There's no way. How we found it? No, but we as humans, I don't think could comprehend the idea other than just the statement that we are not alone in this galaxy, because we honestly don't even know how big the galaxy is. It takes hundreds of years just to reach the end of our solar system itself.
Yeah, like the light years, it's to get to the next galaxy is fucking by a million. I have no idea. I don't know space talk that much, but I feel like when did the government tell us that aliens were real? Was that
That was 2020.
2020, and no one
Yeah.
gave a shit about it?
Not really, no.
No, because we're like, bro, the TP, we need TP. But
Yeah, people are dying.
yeah, but aliens are fucking real, and no one gave a shit. So
So they didn't exactly say aliens are real. They just said, like, UFOs are real, which UFO is a broad term. UFO is just simply unidentified flying objects.
Yep.
yeah.
So, they said it without, 100% saying it. But generally, yes, they were admitting to the fact that aliens do exist.
But if you see something flying in the sky, something's got to be driving it, hypothetically, or someone's gonna be flying it from somewhere.
You
Like
would think remotely,
Yeah,
or,
remotely, or
you know,
in there in the cabin. But
yeah, in the cockpit or whatever.
Yeah.
I like Tyler mentioned a few minutes ago with as far as alien abduction stories. I used to have these VHS tapes when I was a kid about alien abductions.
Was it the movie Alien by M. Night Shyamalan?
No,
Okay.
it was literally like biographies of people that had been abducted by aliens.
Oh,
And they did kind of dramatizations with it and stuff like that. And I believe there's a movie that was made in the 80s that's based on a true story about a guy that got abducted by an alien, and he comes back all fucked up, and like, I don't know. I remember watching it when I was a kid. It's pretty crazy. I can't think of the name of it though.
I know there's a Netflix documentary. I believe it's on Netflix at least. It's called the Stan Novak documentary. I believe it's Novak. He tore his ACL and was supposed to get surgery the next day, but then he got quote unquote abducted, and his wife saw this weird circle in the yard and was like, "Hey, Stan, come over here, look at this." He's got some walks over. She goes, "What the fuck?" And he goes, "What?" "Yeah, we get the lot." And she goes, "You're walking." He goes, "Holy shit, I am." And then he goes there and he had like 4 or 5 like holes, I call holes on his leg. He went to the doctor, and doctor said, like, there's no fucking way in hell that your ACL got fixed because of these 5 holes. What happened? And he's like, I probably got abducted. I don't know.
So to answer Jake's earlier statement about not knowing how far away the end of the Milky Way galaxy is, from where you are right now, it is 52,850 light years away to the end of our solar system. The closest solar system next to us is Andromeda, and that is 110,000 light years away. I can't. You like as a human, like you can't even comprehend what a light year is. Like there's no doing it. There's no fucking doing it. I need Nielsen Tyson DeGrassi up in this bitch.
Neil deGrasse
So
Tyson.
Whatever his fucking name is, I can never fucking. I know it's DeGrassi. That's all.
Neil Mike Tyson deGrassi, the next generation.
I knew if I threw out enough names, eventually I'd land on
So
it.
the light years
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
it takes the light from the sun 8 minutes to get to Earth. That's a fact. So the light would have to go 60 or a fucking year for a light year.
Yeah, I've always kind of wondered, like, how long actually is a light year? Is that a standard year, or is that what exactly is that unit of measurement mean?
It's kind of like the miles per hour thing.
No, that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I'm just saying it's kind of like it's like light year. I feel like
Right. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but
yeah.
Okay, so I have a lot of mathematical things, but it dumps it down. 1 light year is 5.879 times 10 to the 12th miles,
Holy shit.
which equals out to, oh, it's a lot of zeros. I think 5,834 trillion. Oh no, sorry, my bad. 5,875 billion miles. That's 1 light year.
Jesus
that's
Christ.
fucked.
That's via Google, so don't blame me if it's wrong.
Yeah, but then you also have to answer like how fast do our rocket ships actually go?
Not that fucking fast.
Well, I'm not saying they're that fucking fast, but like
There's
how
no
many
goddamn
miles?
way.
How many miles an hour do they go while rotating the Earth itself? I mean, I think it takes us like maybe 10 fucking years to send a probe out to Pluto just to check it out. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I'm gonna go check it.
Yeah, I mean it takes a few years.
Well, look
I
at
wanna say.
Interstellar. That's a good way to kind of put it in perspective. They have to go sleep into like hypersleep
Yeah,
to
it
get
takes
to
them
the
a few years to
yeah.
get to the next planet. Kind of like all the alien movies too, when they're traveling like to another galaxy or
Yeah,
planet or whatever.
It's 9 years and 5 months, so it's almost 10 years to get from here.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, they send probes and shit, and they actually have a probe, a satellite that's still traveling out of our solar system to see the edge, and we'll never know what the fuck's out there because we'll be long fucking dead by the time.
Oh,
it
we
gets out
will.
There. Yeah.
we 100% will be dead by the time. That
What if it just
reaches
hits?
it.
What if it just hits a wall? Like dead ass. What if it just hits a wall?
So I've always pictured like the edge of the Earth or the edge of the solar system, kind of like that scene in Pirates of the Caribbean where they fall off the edge of the Earth in the ship in the third one. You know what I'm talking about? Where they go to Davy Jones' locker.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
Don't they just like tip over?
You haven't seen fucking Pirates of the Caribbean 3?
No.
Why not?
It's like the best one.
It's literally the best one.
It's a all-out fight.
Do
with
I
all the
have to
pirates.
watch 1 and 2 then?
Yeah, I mean, I would.
There's no deal. Not doing it.
Why?
Because he's an idiot.
That's true.
They're good movies. I mean,
That may be the case, but a lot of time that I could be watching Lord of the Rings 1, 2, and 3. But which one's better?
I mean, you're gonna watch Lord of the Rings every fucking day. Like, any chance you're gonna watch a movie?
Is that a challenge?
I mean, you can. Sure.
I mean, I can.
I mean, I'll do it too.
We're gonna see him in a month, and he's gonna just be speaking all in elf.
Yeah, just all in Elvish.
Yeah,
Just
be
all
like,
right.
what the fuck happened? Okay,
So
but
we
like,
lost Jake, guys.
okay, so like how I picture it is like, you know, the Futurama episode where they go to like the edge of the earth or the edge of the world or universe or something, and there's like the binoculars you go to like look out and see, you know, things far away. You put in a quarter and you can see far away. Like kind of like if you were to go to like Mount Rushmore and you want to look at the face.
I'm sure I've seen it at
Okay.
one point or another.
So like they go to the edge of the universe and they look and there's another them on the other edge of the universe and they're all cowboys and Fry's like, oh well, I guess that's what's on the other side. What if there's a wall? What if it just
maybe?
What
if
it
it's
just
like
stops?
if it's like a see-through wall and you see the other version of reality on that side?
How I see it is
That's flat Earth. That's flat.
I was
That's
about
flat galaxy theory.
I was
right
about
there,
to bring it
baby.
into. I think the galaxy is a huge round thing. Like, there's no fucking way like Earth is not flat. It wouldn't just go to an edge and fucking drop off. I think the galaxy just goes in one huge fucking circle, and it comes back together eventually. And the
Did
black
you say
holes.
there is no way Earth's not flat?
Earth is round.
Okay, just making sure.
Hey man, you don't know. Like we could be amongst some hollow moon fucks right now. Hollow Earth, hollow moon, dark side of the moon. Come on, man. Some conspiracies out there. It's just absolutely bonkers.
Oh, that's another thing.
I'm
like to
pretty
get
sure the
into.
Earth is in the shape of a glizzy, bro. Like I'm 100% set.
Yeah.
on
It's a
that.
fucking trapezoid.
It's a dodecahedron.
So like, what do you guys think these aliens look like? Like, do you think they're the grays with the the small bodies, big black eyes, big old domes,
Like skinny head.
Yeah.
I think they can kind of shape like us, because I've seen like videos online and stuff, like people walking into like hotels to find a guy who's quote unquote seen a UFO, and they had like no eyebrows, no hair or anything, and just some weird fucking eye shaped things.
Those are the Men in Black. Those are the Men in Black.
That's what they're called, yes, not the movie, but they're actually called Men in Black.
Yeah, they're bald. They've got ties. They've been connected to stories like the Mothman. Just
The fuck's the Mothman?
I'm not gonna get into that. You don't know the fucking story of the Mothman?
Does it have to do with Godzilla? Then no.
No,
No,
dude,
that's
Mothra.
Mothra.
You
It's still a
fucking
moth, right? It's
peasant. You
Close enough.
fucking peasant.
That's a giant moth.
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't understand
Mothman's
how you-
like half man, half moth, half man bear pig. No, it's just half man. It's like a man moth hybrid type thing deal. It's an urban legend.
I think it's in Virginia where
Yeah.
that was. Yeah, it's,
Yeah, it's Virginia.
It's Virginia, and basically when they would see the Mothman, things happen, like a bridge collapse and a couple hundred people died on the bridge. Some other spooky dooky stuff happened.
If you play Fallout 4, there's a lot of Mothman.
See, I got to a
lore
part in that
and hints
game
in
where
it.
I got stuck in a bathroom, and to keep the save would go either really far back or would go before I kill everyone in the whole room. But I have no ammo in the bathroom, so I just quit the game.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's but it's just like, okay, so you got the Men in Gray or the Men in Black. The Men in Black, bald, they don't really have any, they have facial features, but they're really weird. When people come encounter with like some kind of alien experience, and the story is they show up on the door, they don't really have any kind of facial features, they sound fucking weird, they're tall as fuck, like 6'5". How tall are you, Jake?
6'4".
Okay, 6'4", and
So they're
They're
about
my
Jake
height?
sized.
Am I a Men in Black?
yeah,
No.
probably.
Are you?
But they're
I'm wearing
just
white
they're,
now.
they're supposed to be like the Slender Man of aliens. Like that's the best way to put it. Like you just with eyes and nose and shit. But yeah, I when I picture an alien, I picture a lot of tentacles. I don't know why. I picture
Like
a lot.
where at? Like
Like
throughout the
Kit Fisto from Star Wars, or like Tentacle Head?
No, I'm thinking like all body, more tentacles.
Like the aliens from like The Simpsons?
Yes.
Like just tentacles with like glass domes on their head, one eyeball.
No glass domes, two eyes,
like
just
the
a lot of sharp teeth. They speak in gobbledygook.
Can you speak in gobbledygook?
I cannot.
You want to try?
I'm not gonna.
Oh.
I'm not fluent in it.
Yeah, you might offend some aliens listening to us.
So, I mean, what about you, Jake? Well, what about you, Riley? 'Cause Jake gave his answer. He thinks that they look like the Men in Black.
I think they can shape into different things, like what we want them to look like. I guess, like original form. I think they're like a dull, plain, like the gray thing. Like they're just normal because, in my opinion, like outside there, they don't have the genders. They don't have the races. They just have like they're all one. So there's no biased
Opinion?
Yeah. Because they all work together and they don't have to fucking fight over who looks like what, who's hotter, who's uglier, who's this race, who's that gender.
Would you fuck an alien?
You kind of have to, right?
I mean,
Kind
Riley?
of have to.
You kind of have to?
Does it have a vagina?
I don't. Maybe with teeth. I don't know.
No.
Is that a movie? Is that a movie?
That's a movie.
That's a
It's,
movie.
it's
Okay.
called Teeth.
Yeah, okay. But no, like,
I
you'd
haven't
be the
seen that
one
movie.
guy on Earth who fucks an alien. Yeah, I'd be that guy.
There are people that have been abducted that have had sex with aliens.
Man, I'm not the first one on fuck.
They're like, I can't remember the story exactly, but I think they're like blue Amazon goddesses. They're like really tall and they're beautiful, and I can't remember the name of them.
I'm already getting turned on.
Oh, dude, it's like Avatar, but like more alienish.
No, then I'm in.
Yeah, less
I'm in.
cat, more alien.
Yeah.
All right. What about you? What do you think they look like?
So I have one of two theories. I think they either look like an evolved version of humans. Like, I think that's the more common theory that people have gone with, is that aliens are basically just evolved humans with telekinetic abilities and stuff like that. Or I think they just look like fucking predators, you know.
A predator would be pretty cool.
A predator would be pretty cool, but it'd probably try to like hunt us for sport and kill us. I'm gonna go with the human one though, because that's always been my go-to. Is that, or at least that's been the most thing that been the thing that I believe the most is that because in like ancient civilizations, like let's say the pyramid, for instance, like or like Stonehenge, shit like that, big like old architectural monuments that people believe were made by alien technology is what the way they're depicted in drawings and stuff like that is they don't look like traditional aliens. They look more human-like than anything.
They just have a big head.
Or like, with bigger heads or, like if you see like pictures of Anubis with like the dog head or like other gods, like they're wearing like a headdress or something like that. That's kind of what I picture as a more evolved human.
See, that's where my theory comes into play. Like, I feel like they turn into a human-like figure so they don't scare people away to make them afraid of them so they can kind of...
I mean, that's possible, too.
We're on the same kind of idea train right there, I believe.
Yeah. Or they're like the aliens from like the fucking Thing, where they just shapeshift and they
take over your body,
turn into like some fucked up ass like creature, humanoid, like death machine.
Speaking of the Thing, that's one in Antarctica, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I actually saw a post today that Antarctica has 6 months of nighttime.
Yes.
And the scientists there would watch the Thing to scare everyone.
Yeah,
I couldn't
could
do
see
that.
why.
I couldn't do that. Nope.
It was a fun
There's only
fact.
like 60 people that live in Antarctica. You know that, right? And they're all scientists.
Yeah.
They all live in like a HUD. Like, like I just got done listening to the Shining book. Like I listened to all The Shining, and I just think about cabin fever and how fast like it would take for me to go nuts. And I don't think it would take very long.
No, probably not.
No,
like,
probably not for you.
No sun, no happy equals Tyler, a very dull boy. You know what I'm saying? But
welcome to Night Shift.
Yeah, I picture aliens looking like a giant ball of tentacles with 2 eyes, a lot of sharp teeth, kind of like a bush monster but with tentacles. And the predator aspect that you were talking about, that kind of like frightens me because like what if these are like fucking scouts? Like what I'm talking about is like a horror dream. Like what you're talking about could be reality. I don't fucking know, but like
I said, based on scientific evidence, well, I don't want to call it evidence, theory, I think they're more human-like than anything. And they've always been there to help and aid human beings more than try to hurt them or enslave them, I think.
Well, if you look back on the ancient, like you were saying, the ancient Egypt hieroglyphs, they do have like depictions of like beings with like bigger heads, like much larger, like oval-shaped heads that like, have ruled and they're prayed to, and like you can't always like accommodate that to being like an emperor or a pharaoh.
I believe they'd be more of a god because they came down from the sky and like
just scared the shit out of people,
displayed their power and like did this and did that, built this. Because I mean, I don't know, dude. Like you look at some of that old architecture and you're just like, how the fuck did the humans do that? There's no goddamn way.
But I have another question for you, real quick. Where are they now? Why aren't they helping us now?
Like I have a theory for that, actually.
We're on the brink of war with just all the time. Like, just all the time. Like, you know what really puzzles me about our planet as a whole is that we're all human, and we have yet to just come together with that realization of being just, like, united. Just one united front. And, like, yeah, what I'm talking about, I guess, is, like, a world government type thing, and that scares a lot of fucking people.
Yeah, never gonna go well.
Yeah.
But I feel like why they haven't come back is like, think of Interstellar. They go to that one water planet, and in the background you hear a tick, tick.
I see.
Tick.
Talon brought that up the other night, and I still haven't seen that movie.
Really?
It's all right.
So every tick is 1 day on Earth.
1 year.
Yeah.
1 day.
1 day?
1 day.
He was telling me 1 year.
No, he's wrong.
He's an idiot.
Because if it was one tick and they're there for like a good 3 minutes, then everyone on Earth that he knew would be fucking dead when they go to the black hole. Can't say that. Anyways, so it's every tick is 1 day on their planet would be a day, or every tick on their planet, so every 1.25 seconds, which is what it is 1 day on Earth. So like a day for them is what, like 800 years here? It's probably not right at all, but
math, you got it.
Yeah, close.
You got this.
So that's probably why. Or there's also a theory about the missing planet from our solar system called Planet X. It comes by around every couple 100,000 years, and it just barely loops into our solar system and goes back out.
So do you think they're hiding just in the, like, what I'm worried about is like aliens came down to help us progress, help the progression of the human race. and then saw that we're too primal of human beings and just constantly at each other's throats for just the minor differences of religion, race, sex, just all that, and just said fuck it and just left. But they just keep coming to check on us and like, hey, are they still aggressive? Yep, they're still aggressive. Let's get the fuck out.
My theory is that we're kind of just a show to them, and they're, what all can they really do to help or aid us? I don't think they're really there for that purpose right now, that humanity's evolved since ancient times. I think we're more on display just for them to see what happens eventually. Are we all going to blow ourselves up? Are we all going to, live long and prosper? Is there going to be fucking peace and prosperity across the world eventually? Or is, everybody just going to be greedy and selfish and shitty and, we're going to use up all the resources in the world and dry out the planet until it dies?
I think we need a restart.
There's one way of them trying to bring us together. It's a really fucked up way, but it could happen. If they come down and scare the living shit out of us and like blow a town up or two, let them know.
Independence Day.
Let them know that like the upper power is gonna fuck everyone up down here. So we need to come together and get ready to fight them.
But would we understand their message? I mean, every time we get like some kind of UFO in the sky, our government is instantly like blow it up or hide it.
Okay, then what do you think Area 51 is then? Do we have?
That's a whole deep dive of crazy shit.
If we blew one of the ships up and there's something on there, do you think we have the said beings in a base somewhere?
I think so.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
okay.
Absolutely.
Why else would it be? Why is it so restricted? Why can't we know what's inside there?
I feel like
it's probably not the whole thing, but I think it's a big part of it.
I feel like Area 51 is just a show base, not the actual base.
To let the people know, like, hey, we've got one of these.
We have fucked up things in here, but that's not where everything's being held at. They put it somewhere else, so everyone just thinks it's all there. But then everything else is actually located somewhere else.
So you think it's like a cover-up, a fucking misdirect?
Yeah. That's what I think.
I mean, I could see that. It could, for all we know, it could just be like underneath a Wendy's somewhere, like in Utah or some shit.
It. I would like a 5-for-5 deal. Would you say I want a 5-for-5 deal? Sorry, we only have a 4-for-4. You heard me, and then it's like a secret staircase opens up.
Yeah, exactly.
You just go down there.
Yeah, time just freezes inside of there, and you're like,
Jesus
what the
Christ.
hell just happened?
So there have been like people that have left Area 51, high-ranking officials that have come out and said, like, yes, I saw a UFO inside of Area 51. Yes, I saw them torture or talk to a little gray man. So, I mean, the possibility of Area 51 being a cover-up is a possibility. I'm not going to lie to you, but, like, where do you think they would hide a base?
So I actually saw a story one time. This dude was hiking around caves and over the desert area by 51, but he would get close to a certain cave, but he would, like, get kind of scared and think there was like a huge loud pitching sound coming out of there, and so he would never go in there. And then he posted on YouTube, and the guy was like, you know what should I do? Should I go check it out? Should I leave it alone? All the fans were like, you gotta go check it out, we have to know what's in there, record it. He went in there and never came out. So I think like they have those high pitching like sound waves that try to keep you out of there to scare you from going into the cave. It's like an actual entrance kind of thing.
What the fuck is that? It's a sound weapon. The sound weapon that they can use that will destroy your eardrums and stuff. It's fucking insane.
I've seen videos of people like out in the desert on dirt bikes and 4-wheelers going towards Area 51, and you just see like a squad of fucking like military trucks and stuff pull up, and they're like, you need to turn around right the fuck now.
Yeah.
Like, do not come a step closer. Like, get the fuck out of here. Do not come back.
And that's what I find funny about the quote unquote raid we had on Area 51. Like, what are we gonna do? What are they gonna do if we all show up? And it's like
they're gonna gun you down,
shoot you, because there's 8 billion people in the world. A couple hundred ain't gonna be nothing, dude.
Yeah, they will. You're not getting in there. Like, it's not gonna fucking happen.
So, from what I understand, Area 51 is more of a new technology type of base where they test the new planes, the new guns. So, do you guys think that's just a cover up? You know, just like Jake said, do you think it's just all of a side of like, yeah, we've got stuff here. You can't know about it, but we got stuff.
No, I mean, I think it's all encompassing as far as aliens go. I think that's probably. I think it's the weapons thing. I think it's the aliens thing. It could be a lot of other things too. I mean, fuck, I don't know.
So maybe they do have like a 2-tiered layer to the base. Like top tier would be like, you know, the weapons and the vehicles and shit like that. And right below that is where everyone thinks like, hey, we're done with, there's nothing more to this base. You go another level lower and it's all the alien shit.
The 13th floor.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
So do you guys have any alien encounters kind of thing or see any weird shit in the sky?
No, that's my problem.
Me personally, no.
I was in Arkansas coming back from Texas one time.
Oh shit.
And I've seen it online every now and then. It's like a bubble. I don't know how big it is. It's fucking in the sky, but it looks like a bubble you blow. And it was going this same speed as the car we were in. My brother, my buddy both saw it and we're like, is that a fucking like bubble? Like what the fuck is that? So we didn't know what it was. That's the only thing I can probably say that we don't know if it was actually a thing or it was just some weird thing we're seeing on the windows. We have no idea.
I've seen like objects in the air, I guess space, like moving extremely fast and in weird patterns that don't seem like spacecraft-like or airplane-like before. But I've never been able to like distinctly be like, oh, that's a fucking UFO or anything like that.
Fair enough.
I've never had anything in my entire life that would lead me. I've had more paranormal stories than anything, but I've never had any kind of like ghost story or alien stories. I mean, I've never had any kind of like alien story. I've never been outside. I mean, a lot of the time, like Riley and I can't speak for Riley, but like I've always lived in bigger cities. So like something like, you know, extraterrestrial, like, yeah, we live in the Midwest. Yeah, there's plenty of cornfields, but I've never really like gone outside and just stared at the stars. I've never tried to look. I've never got out of my way to go ahead and look for something that I didn't think was there.
See, I don't think I have either, but it just, like the few times I do look up there, like the bubble time, it was, we were driving and we just looked up, we see it, and it was just one of the weird things that I happened to see.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. To go back to the story that I read in the beginning, that was one of the first, you know, sightings of an alien. That story doesn't end right there. When the sheriff brought the material to the army came out there, swept all the shiny metallic metal that was out there, everything that could have been identified as a flying object, saucer, went back into the papers and said that there was nothing. It was just a weather balloon, stuff like that. Why do you think the government is trying to hide something like an alien from us? Like, do you think that is something that we should, as a world, should be aware of, even if, you know, half of us are on the fence, half of us believe, the others
I would think we have the right.
I did too many halves.
It's half man, half bear, half pig.
Yeah.
Half believe, half don't, half on the fence.
A third of our planet believes, a third of our planet is on the fence, and a third of our planet is just, no, there's nothing that could be out there.
Yeah, there's people that are fully convinced they don't exist. As far as the government goes, I think it's more of a security thing because they don't want to cause a mass panic.
Mass panic?
I think there's a good portion of the population that would just go insane if they knew aliens existed because they would be worried of getting abducted or if there being like a mass alien invasion.
I could see a mass panic. But also cinema did that to us. Cinema and shows like World of Worlds.
I was going to say World of the Worlds is a perfect example.
Yeah, when they did the radio broadcast of World of Worlds, everybody freaked the fuck out. It really upsets me that's the solution. I mean, I get it. I get it at the same time. I get like a foreign object being in your vicinity and being nervous and worried about it. But at the same time, it's like maybe they could indoctrinate us into some kind of like universal galaxy. I don't know.
That's one way to look at it.
That's what I'm thinking about it. It's like some kind of like trade federation out in space. Where
I mean, what are we gonna trade them? Like
booty.
Trade booty.
They love our booty.
We're gonna just traffic humans into aliens.
Hey man, I'm down with
it. I mean, it sounds like it's already happening. We're not really trafficking them to them. They're just abducting people.
Do you think there's like some kind of like secret law, not a law, but like a unspoken word between our government and the aliens as a whole that allow it to be okay. Because I mean,
There's actually a season of American Horror Story that they did that. They literally did what you just said.
I could see it. I could see that like a president being faced and encountered with some kind of alien life force or life form, and then being told like, hey, so we're going to do this and we'll give you advanced technologies beyond your belief, like the internet.
No, the way it went in American Horror Story, whereas they were basically like, you're going to give us a certain amount of humans every year so we can breed them with aliens to try to make the perfect life form, or we're just going to fucking kill you, is basically what it came down to. They were going to blow up the planet.
So we didn't get anything out of the deal?
No, not really. We got to live. That's what we got out of the deal.
I still like, I don't know if that's worth it. I don't know if that was worth it.
I mean, if you don't value your life, then
Bad
I guess not.
call, FX. Bad call. Should have taken the fucking easy way out.
Yeah, well, American Horror Story's been downhill for years, so I wasn't really
man.
surprised. There was also no ending to that story in that season, which was kind of bullshit.
Did it just have a fucking
It just
massive
like
plot hole?
it just stopped, like because it was a weird season. They had
like a
two.
Soprano ending.
Yeah, it had two Soprano endings in one season. It was two different stories. The first part was really good. It was just like kind of vampire-ish in like Rhode Island or some East Coast state. And then it shifted out of nowhere to this like fucking alien 1950s Roswell, New Mexico thing. And it was like 5 episodes of just random shit about Area 51 and stuff like that. And then it just stopped. I'm like, all right, well, that was fucking stupid.
What the fuck?
Like, all right, no closure there. Sure.
So I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that when the astronauts went on the backside of the moon, hold on. I guess one of them heard like a faint noise, like music. You could say he said it was. Any thoughts on that? I don't know the whole fucking story about
Was
that.
it Buzz or was it Lance that heard it?
I don't know.
Because if it was Buzz, he's just trying to get some kind of popularity,
publicity.
Yeah, because he wasn't Lance, so I don't know what to tell you.
Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, poor Buzz.
So there's a huge theory about the dark side of the moon. There's a lot of theories based on the fact that there is other life forms living on the moon that we haven't, or parts of the moon that we haven't seen. I don't know if there's plans to ever explore the full amount of the moon, I guess you could say.
Does the moon rotate? I actually don't know about that.
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
So then wouldn't we know what's all around the moon then?
Do you think
There's
they just like pick up camp and just keep going to the dark side?
They're just like constantly moving, and that would suck. I want to say one side of the moon always faces the Earth.
Yeah.
Because that's like how the tides shift and stuff like that. I don't know.
And then the sun will only hit the portion of the moon at all times. That's why you can see
basically
the moon.
because
It's a
they're
reflection of the
all
sun.
rotating, or we're all rotating around the sun. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. So that's like my dumbass theory on it. I don't 100% know. I probably should. I'm almost 30 years old, so
Nah.
that's okay though.
What would you do if aliens wanted to live amongst humans? Do you think you'd be okay with it? Would you be like? Would it be a nervous thing, kind of like Rick and Morty, like when the United Nations of space like came down and lived on Earth for a while? You think you could just like coexist with them?
Yeah, sure. If they're not going to disrupt like what's already going on.
But how
in
would
a
you
bad
like?
way.
Okay, let's say that there's like just a billion different life forms, and let's say there's like a butt monster, it's just like nothing but butts. Would you be able to hold a conversation with
Just
like
hold
just
your
an
nut?
ass?
Yeah, just an ass, just
like
like a
Assy McGee?
yeah, just no, but like 50 of them amalgamated into like one body.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a little weird. I
How
don't know
long
if
would
I'd
it
be able
take you to fuck it though?
What?
Never mind.
Probably 2.5 seconds. I'd look at it and be like, "Damn, girl, you looking fine." What's up, girl?
Jesus Christ.
I'm about to wine and dine you.
Yeah, like
No,
I said,
yeah.
if they could coexist with us peacefully. Now, I don't know about like a whole population of aliens coming down here. 'Cause
I'm
the
talking
Earth's
about
kinda
like your left and right neighbors are both like Glorgakians, and
Glorgakians.
they're from like the 5th solar system on the left.
Sure, as long as they're not like fucking shooting walls through my house with like ray guns or being loud as shit, I guess I wouldn't mind. I don't know.
Dude, they have to have like some kind of alcohol or drugs out there that are way fucking better than ours. So If they share, they can live here. I don't care.
Maybe that's our problem. Maybe we just have too many drugs.
Or we have 8 billion people on the earth and we're already running out of room for ourselves. We can't have.
That's kind of where I was going.
Yeah, I
What
figured
was
out
that?
we were going for that. We have too many people on the earth.
I mean, we're
already.
not occupying like every inch of atmosphere on
No.
the Earth, or
No.
square
But still,
foot
like,
of the Earth.
we only have
but-
so many trees. We cut down more trees to make more room for other things. One, do the aliens breathe air? I don't think they do because it's fucking space. But
It could be like that terrible M. Night Shyamalan movie where aliens tried to take over a planet that was 90% water, 60 or whatever percent water, and their weakness was water.
I guess that's another thing too. It's like, do you think aliens could really survive in our atmosphere?
it's 1% of aliens. It's
Kind of like ET,
just the
where
dumbasses.
ET just like gets sick from being on Earth and dies almost. Isn't that what happens?
Yeah, he gets sick somehow.
He gets Earth poisoning.
I don't know. I have to play the video game harder to understand the storyline.
I would have to watch the stupid fucking Steven Spielberg movie to really remember, and I don't want to sit through that.
Yeah, I
again.
don't think anyone knows.
You want to know a trauma story I have about E.T.?
Sure.
God.
I got fucking stuck on the ride for like an hour and a half. 'Cause,
Like
wait.
Universal Studios.
yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it just kept like it was like the part where like okay, so like you're on like a cart, but
Remember,
like
it's an audio podcast.
yes, I'm using hands, but I'm trying to talk to you guys with my Donald Trump-esque like.
I'm sorry, you guys
features.
give me shit about that all the fucking time. and
Well,
I-
no, you're trying to like measure stuff and like talk about the measurement without like describing like what's going on.
All right, how long was this ride? 2 or 3 washing machines? The cart was.
Oh, okay. I was like, are we talking like
Like-
a full wash?
Like amount
or
of time? Like that's what I'm going to
30
too.
minutes.
Like one load, 2 loads. Like, like that's a long
That's
fucking
a
ride.
long fucking ride.
That's like an hour
It
almost.
better be fucking worth it.
You better watch the whole goddamn movie.
So how'd you
like-
get stuck on the ride?
Okay, so like the part where so the ride is set up where the carts look like bicycles,
Okay.
and you get on these bikes, and you ride, and it's like just like a ride through, and like you get through the forest, and like you see ET, and you see the trucks, and you go through, and there's a part where you're starting to jump over the moon, and it's like a little tiny toy village, like this. The buildings are like no bigger than this beer can right here. So we got stuck like on the rise up. And it was just ET repeating the same sentence over and over again for an hour straight, dude. That's not even the worst part. I've been stuck on 3 rides total in my life. That was ET. The second one was the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney. And it was like right when the boat turns to the exit. Like I could see the exit. Like I was like, I could get out at any point in time and I could just walk. I don't care how wet I'm getting. I could walk. I'll be fine. But they weren't having that, so I had to listen to this like dog bark and these pirates like clang their tin can up against the cage for I don't know an hour and a half before the ride started again. And the third one was the scariest one of them all. I went on a trip with a friend of ours on a church camp resorting. Even though I'm very anti-religion, they took me to Six Flags, and I got on the Superman ride. Superman ride is a tower free fall ride, but it's got 4 individual carts and 4 people can sit on each side.
So like the space shop from Adventureland?
I don't know.
Fuck it,
But basically all 4 of them go up and then individually they all shoot down whenever they feel like doing it. We got all the way to the top and the fucking ride stopped.
That'd be cool.
No, it wasn't.
Could you see
They had to have a helicopter come in and get us.
Are you serious?
I was up there for 3 hours. Yes, I'm dead ass serious, bro. Ask Montana if you ever need to ask about it.
I would be shitting my pants.
Yeah, Brett Marion and I. Yeah, it was great, dude. We were up there for 3 fucking hours.
Did you
What was
get
it like to be
anything-
on the helicopter?
It was up and down. It wasn't
Oh.
anything. They like came down and they strapped a harness to us. They pulled us up and they did that 4 times. They went and dropped us down and then they went back up.
Damn.
Did you get anything for being up there that long?
No. No.
Like some tokens?
Trauma. Trauma.
Fair enough.
Okay, back to the alien. Sorry, that was too much of a detail.
No, it was entertaining.
I know. Where would we at?
You got sidetracked pretty hard again.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I don't know.
We're pretty good at that.
Yeah, it's really, really good at it.
Yeah, we're really good at that.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we should just start a show called Sidetracked. and just talk.
Or we just segue infinitely.
Just infinitely. Like,
Just
like,
segue into another subject.
At one point, they were talking about booty holes. The next, they're talking about how great Riley Snake is, and I don't understand how that coexists.
He is a good snake.
He's a good snake.
He's very attentive.
Any kind of questions you guys have, and then
Regarding the snake?
no,
Regarding the conversation or what my wife
aliens.
just texted me. Okay.
Aliens. What did your wife text you?
I'm getting an ounce tonight. I hope that's fucking.
You getting an
God
ounce?
damn.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck it is though. She didn't. I assume it's weed, but
Of
Say of
mushrooms?
mushrooms?
maybe it's mushrooms. I don't fucking know.
Can I come over?
Dude,
Buck-
you've been doing too many drugs lately.
Only 2.
Of a lot.
What's the other one?
He's just been doing shrooms and smoking weed.
Just
Oh.
2. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's just been doing shrooms a lot though. He's
It's
done
only twice. Come on.
Yeah,
My
alright.
curtains,
I
like, got
remember. I remember
super
the first
3D.
time I fucking did shrooms. I was like, let's do them all the time. Guess what? You run into that fucking thing in your brain.
Tolerance?
Dopamine?
You
Dopamine.
know, I did them Friday. I took 3 ounces, 3 grams to test them out. Pretty fucking solid, and then did 3.6 on Sunday. And
How
then-
did you have any kind of dopamine left?
It wasn't. I think I didn't eat that much, so it was more good.
I was gonna say I ate an eighth with Riley one time, and I tripped balls. And then like 3 days later, we went to Amish stock, and I brought another eighth with me, and I ate them right before we even left, and I didn't trip at all because I had no dopamine left.
Yeah, I think with the 3.6 kicked in, I just lay on the floor and like my curtains were looking pretty cool. I mean, I went in the mirror and looked at myself for a while. You're not supposed to, but it was pretty cool.
The most I've ever done is a half ounce, and I don't recommend it.
I've done about a quarter's worth at one time, and yeah, I don't recommend that
No,
either.
you
It
just
was
you go too
fucking
hard.
scary.
Yeah,
I think I want to fucking
shit
just
becomes
get,
too real too quick.
Yeah.
I think I just want to like get really fucked up one time until I don't do it again.
You don't.
No.
I'm telling you, you don't.
I got to know my limit.
No,
No,
it's
you
not
really
one of those
don't
situations.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
I'm telling you,
because
dude.
like you're not just stuck there for 8 hours. You're stuck there for longer. Like you think like an eighth, 3.5. You're there for 8 hours or so. You're tripping balls and it's a good time. You do more, that time extends. It doesn't just stop at 12 fucking hours. It keeps going.
Well, yeah, that's why I had 2 weeks off. I'm gonna fucking do drugs.
Jake,
I had the
you're not
time.
listening
No.
to Riley and I.
No, I
Like we have experienced hell.
I know.
You don't want to go through a bad trip.
I
No, because
love-
then you'll never
hold
do
on,
them again.
Hold on.
You'll be traumatized.
I love making bad decisions.
Jake,
This isn't one of the bad decisions.
I
you
have
wanna
to
make.
learn. I have to fuck around and find
A
out.
bad decision is like I'm gonna get so fucked up tonight that I'm just gonna
not go to
I'm
work
gonna
tomorrow.
regret it so hardcore tomorrow, and it's gonna be great. Having a bad trip is not a good fucking time.
No,
it's
because
not
you're-
one of those good bad decisions.
You're stuck there. You're stuck there. Yeah, you think that you have like a clear, conscious mind, but whenever
it
you look
changes something in you for a while.
at your... Yeah, dude, I was
See,
fucked up.
When it acid last year at my house, at my house alone, which is a weird thing to do, by the way, I wouldn't leave my kitchen because the kitchen light was off. That was the only thing that stopped me from doing anything. I don't know why.
Okay, but
I understand where you're coming from.
Jake,
I understand where you're coming from.
12 plus hours of like thinking your wife is the devil. It will happen at some point. It will happen. And it will not be a good time. I don't do shrooms anymore because I've had that one really. I did a 1/4 ounce of mushrooms and then I did a 1/10 of Molly. And yeah, I shouldn't have been mixing drugs.
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
probably your first problem right there.
No, the first fucking problem was I did too many fucking mushrooms.
How did the Molly
The
do it,
good
though?
time stopped with the Molly, and then the mushrooms kicked in, and I was like, oh, people are talking when their mouths aren't moving. And I'm starting to hear things and feel things that aren't real. I
Could
went
you
home.
taste colors?
Yeah, like multiple times. Yes, and I know that's the code word for Tyler's fucked up, but Jake, I cannot be more serious when I tell you that I thought I overdosed at my friend's house, and the rest of the night was me stuck in purgatory.
Could you overdose on shrooms?
No, it's not
Yeah.
possible.
Okay.
It's not possible. Psilocybin?
I don't know.
I don't think you can overdose on psilocybin.
Because like when you take psilocybin, you're technically poisoning yourself.
You're
and that's-
poisoning the fuck out of yourself.
Yeah. So I think if you did too much, you could probably trip yourself into shock, maybe.
Like
Just be
I know I've
stuck
heard
there?
stories about like people in acid like they get stuck tripping.
Yeah, you get stuck in a trip. I've seen people that's happened to.
Really?
Well, that I wouldn't say like they're stuck tripping for the rest of their life, but like you're stuck paranoid for the rest of your life is more so like what happens. Because that's what it does, is it heightens your senses of paranoia when you're on that shit. To an extreme.
To a very hardcore extreme. And whenever it starts, it does not stop. It's like the worst fucking feeling I've ever had in my entire life because it's like a roller coaster. You go up and you're like, okay, so mushrooms are like a roller coaster. You go up and you go down. You go up and you go down. With acid, you go up and you stay there, and then you go down eventually. When you take too many mushrooms, it's you go up so high
and only come down so far.
Fall really hard, and then you go back up, and then you fall really hard. The trips seem more vivid, the things that you see. My quarter ounce of shrooms that I ate, I went home after thinking I had overdosed, and my hair was falling out, and I went in my room, and I locked the door, and the TV told me that I ate too much Subway, because I was eating Subway like once a week. I masturbated too much, because I masturbated like every day, like 2 times a day. And saw the Mole Man, and there was a China, Illinois commercial, and it was Babyface talking to God, and it was Babyface saying, "Hey God, why did you make the devil?" And it was a woman showering behind the shower curtain, and those 4 fucking commercials played over and over. I went insane. I have never touched mushrooms since that point.
He actually called me the next day and was like freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Well, good thing is
there's no good thing in that.
No, hold on. She's not getting mushrooms. She's getting weed, so it's
there you go.
I'm not I'm not doing as bad of things tonight.
Oh, that's good to know.
I might just get really drunk though, but
there you go.
So, yeah, what was up? Like, you guys just went through like a period of just doing drugs. Like, what was going on?
We had 2 weeks off. You give us 2 weeks off, nothing to fucking do. We can only play so much Wii Sports and Halo. Come on.
I did see you guys play Wii Sports.
I did see you guys playing Wii Bowling. Yeah, it looked fun.
Yeah, it's pretty. We should got Wii Resort in today.
Wii Resort?
Yeah.
What are you, 2012?
Yeah. We paid $23 for it.
2001 called. They just hit the second tower.
Oh, that was an audio podcast, by the way. He answered his phone that was not ringing, so.
Fuck off.
Well, do you want to wrap things up here?
Yeah, we can go ahead and wrap things up.
Sure.
So let's do a synopsis of everything. I think aliens are real. We are not alone. I do believe that they look like a giant bush with teeth and tentacles. And one day they're going to come down and become our overlords, and I'm just going to suck the dick of every alien in order to get through the day. Jake?
It's a lot of dick.
A lot of dick.
Yeah, we're not alone. There's no fucking way we are. With the 7,000 Earth-like planets out there that can hold life, there's no way it's just us. They were probably, in my opinion, the gray beings that are just normal and not outstanding from anyone else, and they shape-shift to what we want them to look like. That's what my opinion is, but...
I also agree that we are not alone out here in the universe. When Predator decides to come down on his badass spaceship, I hope that we get to fight some xenomorphs together, and like in Alien vs. Predator, I'll be gifted a badass spear by the Predator Overlord.
Well, I hope to God that they're not xenomorphs, but in order for you to...
Please don't let them be fucking xenomorphs. If that's the case, we're all fucked. We are 110% fucked.
Well, if they are xenomorphs, I'm going to go ahead and tell you to go ahead and follow this podcast wherever you can go ahead and find it. We are on RSS, Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, Twitch, Discord, fucking whatever you guys, listen to your podcast on. We're there. Follow us.
Check out our Instagram. Check out our Facebook. Check out our Patreon. Subscribe to our Patreon if you'd like to be on an episode or you'd like to see some uncensored or hear some uncensored recordings and great shit of that nature.
All stuff that hasn't been heard by the human ear. All you have to do is check out Patreon at Men of Misfortune. I fucked that up. I was going to say at gmail.com. All you have to do is check out Patreon at Men of Misfortune. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, keep them to yourself. Or you can go ahead and email us at menofmisfortune@gmail.com. I am your fearless leader, Tyler Campbell.
I'm the other guy in the chair, Riley Wallen.
And I'm your reigning dipshit, Jake.
And with that, we'd always encourage you to stay misfortunate.
And always listen to Mom. And we're out. See,
And
I got
we're
it.
out.
I
See,
got
you
it.
got
I
it
got
this
it.
time.
I got it.
I was letting you have that one.
Oh, okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. No, I appreciate.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you giving me the option of doing my job. Thank you.
It's a privilege.
There we go. That should be enough outro.
We got really sidetracked.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, always listen to Mom.